Made it to Chicago. So apparently it's about 40 minutes for me to get to my hotel on the train downtown. I didn't realize the airport's that far away from the airport, but if you want to take an Uber right now, the traffic's so bad. It's only like 23 miles, but it says it's like 51 minutes in Uber, which is about $45, $50 too. So I'm gonna try out the train. If you decide you want to take the train to get into downtown, the city, you take the blue line. So we'll see how this goes. So apparently it's a pretty long walk from the airport to get down to the actual train, but good thing got a lot of free time in my hands right now. Well, I made it over here to the train. Hopefully I can get here before it takes off, but looks like they have a train that goes every 10 minutes, so at least not too long if you miss it. Train headed downtown. Well, I made it into downtown Chicago. I gotta tell you that train is a bit of a bumpy ride. But anyway, made it here. Gonna go try and work my way over to my hotel, which I think is over that direction. I'm taking an Uber from here. Also, it's chilly here right now. So it was like 80 degrees whenever I left Houston, and it's like 40 now. But fortunately, I got the old hoodie, so life's good. Well, I'm starting my day off in Chicago. I'm here downtown. I'm near, I guess, in the Magnificent Mile area. It's pretty neat over here. And gonna go to Wrigley Field to go catch a baseball game. Always wanted to go there. Go Astros, though. But anyway, just for some tourism information, if you decide you want to travel here, I stay at the Embassy Suites. They're pretty well priced, but the nice thing is they give you free breakfast every morning. You have like an omelet and stuff made, so that's one nice added benefit, especially if you travel with family. But anyway, so yeah, this part of the Chicago area, and time to go to the ball game. It's crazy how blue this water is. Like, I would never expected. I made it down here to Wrigley Field. It's an interesting place here for sure. Definitely a lot different than Minute Maid Park. Time to go inside and find my seat, I guess. So I made it inside Wrigley Field. It's definitely got the old historic ballpark feel to it. It's a lot different than the more modern Minute Maid Park juice box that I'm used to. But pretty interesting stuff. Might have to stop there later. Well, I made it to my seat here at Wrigley Field. Right down here by the grass, pretty good spot. It's definitely a lot different experience than back home. But still a really nice field. A lot of history here. In case you've ever wondered what the Embassy Suites look like, this is where I stay when I travel, especially with my family, because like I said, free breakfast, they have free complimentary drinks in the evening. The couches pretty much all turn out into full-size beds, which accommodates, extra sleeping. Pretty nice bathroom. This one's really nice. And then you get a bedroom in the back. So it's always the suite setup is the two rooms. And yeah, I like them quite a bit. And it saves a lot of money. If you got a family of 8 and you get free breakfast for everybody, it makes like the extra $50 for the hotel worth it. Well, now I'm out and about, walking around in downtown Chicago. I'm gonna go to the John Hancock Observatory. I didn't ever hear about it before, but my Uber driver was like, hey, you should check it out. They've got an observatory on the 90th floor with like a bar, a restaurant or something. So might as well go check it out. This right here is pretty impressive. If you've never seen one, this is a Starbucks Reserve store. As you can see, it's a massive 4-story building, all sorts of stuff for coffee in there. The one I saw in New York actually had like a bar and everything in it too, but anyway, it's a pretty neat place. So I'm out on apparently the famous Michigan Avenue right now. on my way to the John Hancock Observatory. But they got all sorts of shopping and stuff. They got Tiffany and Company right here, Rolex, Neiman Marcus across the street over there. All sorts of, I guess this is the expensive shopping district, but anyway, I'm not doing any of that. I'm just sightseeing. And over here, apparently this is one of the original buildings in Chicago. Apparently back during the Great Fire, when my Uber driver was telling me that these two structures right here are like the only ones that survived. So they've been here for a long time. It's the Waterworks building. And there we have it right there. So finally almost there. Gonna go up to the observatory up in the top. Should be pretty neat, I hope. Well, I made it to my destination here at the John Hancock building. As you can see, it's pretty high up there, well over 1,000 feet. And one of the cool things you can see here in the Chicago area, still near, I guess, the Magnificent Mile. This is still right here off of Michigan Street. But a lot of nice, cool stuff over here. Next video from the top. Okay, now this is really cool. Down at the base of this building, they have Benihana's. Might actually have to stop there and eat. This is the good stuff right here. The onion soup at Benihana's. Absolutely my favorite. So apparently you need a admission ticket to go up to the top. They have a lot of different options where you can tilt and view, sip and view, or sip, tilt, and view. So let's figure this out. Well, I made it into the entrance. It cost me about 50 bucks. But they have this tilt thing where apparently it tilts at like a 30-degree angle up on the 96th floor. So this should be interesting. This is pretty neat. They have some little graphics and educational stuff down here while you work your way over to the elevator. See how fast this one goes all the way up to the top compared to like the Empire State Building. So there we have off in the distance the Smith Tower. I believe that's the Trump Hotel International Tower. I'm gonna try and go to both of those tomorrow, but the downtown here is pretty big. It's really nice too because it's right next to the lake. And then they've got the boardwalk area down there. I'm gonna try and see that as well. Try and capture all that, but pretty cool stuff. This is the tilt thing that I signed up for. This might be a terrible idea, but you stand here and apparently it tilts you out 30 degrees over so you can see down. I'm not a fan of heights either, so this might be a really interesting experience. Crazy stuff. So I just got off of the tilt thing too, which is pretty interesting. So it hangs you out like 30 degrees over the side of the building, and you can take a look down at what would be your imminent demise if there weren't bars and glass and everything else they're holding you. But anyway, pretty neat experience. Definitely outside my comfort zone, but when in Rome, right? This is the west side from the top of the John Hancock Observatory. You can see another side of Chicago. Pretty neat stuff up here. I always like to go to the top of these observatories whenever I visit these cities that have them. And they have the cloud bar in here where you can get snacks and refreshments and drinks and all sorts of other stuff if you want. And then the North View. Gonna grab some deep dish pizza while I'm here. This Pizzeria Uno, I don't know how good it is. I didn't read any reviews, but it's right down the street from where I'm at. And it's been around since 1943, so they gotta know what they're doing, right? And my trip to Chicago would not be complete without some authentic deep dish pizza. Bon appetit. This is the Willis Tower, formerly known as the Sears Tower, and it's pretty high up there. So I'm gonna go up to the top of this observatory and check it out. They have a thing up there called the Ledge, where actually you can see it from here. There you go. All the crazy people. It's like 1.5 inches of plate glass. You stand out over the abyss and yeah, entertain death, I guess. We'll see if I'm one of those crazy people, but I'm not crazy about that stuff. So this is at the bottom of the Willis Tower, formerly known as the Sears Tower. I guess it's no longer called Sears because they went out of business. At least that's the best thing I can think of anyway. But anyway, a lot of the times you go to these high rises, have the observatories, they'll have some sort of an experience. So this one's pretty neat so far. It's not as good as like the One World Trade Center or the Empire State Building, but I'll take it. Okay, I was wrong. So apparently there's a whole lot more to this museum down here under Willis Tower. A lot of Chicago history, and a lot of neat things that you can learn about the city, architecture, and the cool things they have here. So definitely worth taking a look.
Quickly rebuilds to become an architectural icon.
Sort of like the one at the One World Trade Center.
1893 opens, boasting beautiful white buildings. Dazzling new inventions debut, such as electricity, elevators, and the Ferris wheel.
Pretty cool.
As the birthplace of the skyscraper, Chicago flourishes in the new century with glamorous Art Deco buildings and modern architectural styles.
Made it to the ledge. All these tall observatories, they all have their names: the ledge, the edge, the whatever, sky deck. Pretty neat though. Some nice gray carpet. Nice look at Lake Michigan, southern part of Chicago. Train yard. I wonder what that is out there. Little observatory area. I don't know. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty neat stuff up here. Very typical whenever it comes to a lot of these observatories. They have all the gift shops and all that stuff. And if you're interested, they got Red Bull. This is the eastern look from up here at the top of the Willis Tower. And you can see the John Hancock Observatory back over there, which I went to yesterday. So pretty cool, all the different views. It's crazy, you know, you look out the south side and there's nothing. And in the east side here, there's a lot of stuff. And then you can come around over here and look on the north side. And you can see all the way up the, I guess, the coast of Lake Michigan, which is pretty neat. I guess they call it the Great Lakes for a reason. It's the first time I've ever seen one of them, and it looks like a stinking ocean. It's really impressive. So this is the ledge. Apparently it's 1.5 inches separate you from certain dune. And I guess I'll go on one of these things and check it out. And if you don't see back, I died. Well, this is crazy. I don't like this. So I'm super high over certain dune, but it is a really cool observation deck thing. This is ridiculous. All right, I'm not going to be here much longer. This is not fun. There you go, straight down. All right, I've had enough on the glass. I'm gonna get back on solid ground. One more stop today. This is, I guess, the Navy Pier. Is that what it's called? Navy Pier? Yeah, Navy Pier here in Chicago. Apparently they have the Children's Museum over there, which is a great place for me. And I'm gonna go find out what trouble they have out on this boardwalk pier thing. I think this is the Navy Yard here. I'm guessing anyway, a little lighthouse thing over there. I don't think I'm gonna make it over there, but yeah, this is out here on the lake. Pretty exciting stuff, lots of flat water. Apparently they have a cool Ferris wheel out here on the Navy Pier, and they've got boat tours that you can do here. So if you're interested in doing a boat tour, you can see the skyline, and then there's one of the boats coming in now, which is pretty neat. I don't think I'm doing that today. And then it looks like they've got some sort of a theater down here too. I'm guessing movies. Never mind, I'm ignorant and uncultured. It's an actual theater, I guess, for Shakespeare productions. But anyway, if you want to catch a show, it's the place to do it. Here's a close-up look at Lake Michigan out here on the Navy Pier. Call me crazy just because I'm from Houston and all we have is Galveston and brown water everywhere, but I don't know that this video does it justice, but I can't get over how blue and person this water looks for being a lake. It's pretty crazy. Oh look, there's a bottle of water floating in the water. I love littering. Anyway, some pretty neat stuff. That wraps up everything on the Chicago trip. I'm on a train right now, headed all the way out to Seattle to enjoy some time out there. But hopefully you enjoyed all the stuff, the sightseeing, all the different things I showed off. It was a blast making it, so hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. So that's all I got for now. Let me know if you want to see more of this stuff, and I'm going to sign out. So I'll see you guys next time.